There's a lot happening in the space industry these days, from James Webb making new discoveries every day to catching strange signals. But there's something that has recently surpassed all these discoveries and has become viral news among the astronomers. It's an unidentified object that's recently been detected around the International Space Station, and it has left scientists around the world in a frenzy. So, is this object a trace of some alien life, or is it just another flying structure in space? Make sure to watch this video till the very end to find it all out. NASA has been the face of space mysteries since forever, and whenever something strange comes up in space, the astronomers look towards them to find a solution, or at least start their research. Something similar is happening right now when a very strange and unidentified object with a width of 3,000 miles has been detected, and the world is in absolute awe. Such unidentified objects in space could be a huge threat for not just the International Space Station, but the Earth as well, because they could be space rocks. And if they fall down, they could also cause casualties. So it is really important to immediately find out what objects are roaming near the Earth and our International Space Station to tackle any and all kinds of threats. It all started on a regular day at the International Space Station, but it ended up blowing up the internet and causing such a huge controversy about alien life that an astronaut had to give his official statement on this matter. Scott Kelly, an astronaut in the International Space Station, was going about his day when he tweeted a gorgeous image from the window of his room up in space. He uploaded this picture on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, but it was just a regular view for him. However, the eagle-eyed viewers saw something more than just lights and stars. On the upper right corner, they saw a horizontal and thin object that was very bright and looked a lot similar to a UFO. And when we say UFO, we actually mean it. So you can only imagine how people freaked out, and astronomers were all over the news because it was being said that a UFO was spotted outside of the International Space Station. Although the object found was still unidentified, the conspiracy theorists quickly gave it a whole different perspective and said that the International Space Station is specifically made so we could have diplomatic relations with the aliens, but the government isn't telling us all this. Well, as ridiculous as this sounds, a lot of people actually trusted this narrative, and they wanted answers. People actually thought that this was a UFO, and it's a perfectly plausible explanation. But if the government really wanted to hide the reality of aliens from humans, why would they want UFOs to travel so close to the Earth? Besides, a lot of scientists have since come to the rescue and have released statements saying that this is an unidentified object that they're yet to find out more about, and all that alien and UFO-related theories have no evidence behind them. Another explanation that's surfaced about this object is that it is nothing more than a reflection of the window in the International Space Station. Now that's the kind of explanation that we can get on board with. However, we can't push the idea of UFOs completely under the rug because the object seems pretty huge, around 300 meters in width, which is a lot. Some scientists are also of the opinion that even though there's a high chance that we might find alien life in the future, this object really isn't related to any alien civilization. Another very plausible explanation that surfaced about the object was that it's just a part of the International Space Station. And as you know, that the space station is even bigger than a football field. So getting a picture without any hardware or photobombing is kind of a big deal. It actually makes a lot of sense that Scott tried to take a picture, but a piece of hardware hanging around in space from the space station came in the way, and people are now calling it a potential UFO. This isn't the first time that a picture has caused such panic among people, because similar things have happened in the past too, when people claim to see UFOs. However, there still is no proof of any UFO sightings other than a few pictures, and we all know how easy it is to manipulate pictures and videos to our benefit. However, an interesting thing has happened recently that NASA has made a whole team to study and research unidentified objects and phenomena in space. There are 16 people who will be studying and analyzing space for any unusual moment at all times. Events that we can't really identify or objects that we haven't sent in space or know about are usually called UAPs. NASA has created a team of its top scientists to study those UAPs in space and research them thoroughly. That's just so they could be ready for any and all kinds of threats that might come our way in the future. A scientist from NASA explained that reading and analyzing data of these unidentified objects and events will help us better understand what exactly is going on in space. As they move forward with their research and study, they'll also be able to ensure complete safety of their aircrafts and predict all potential threats by understanding the nature of UAPs. The official research office for this study is Daniel Evans from NASA, and he'll also be heading the mission with some of the leading scientists from across the world. Besides, now that we have a matter of an unidentified object in hand, People want NASA to recruit this team so they could study this object and find out if it's a reflection or it could actually be a UFO. Well, even if it was a UFO, NASA would have already known about it, and it won't advertise the existence of alien life so that people don't panic or go into a frenzy. Some people are also saying that this team made by NASA is already researching and finding out more about the picture that Scott tweeted. It's not really necessary that the object is a UFO or part of the space station, but it could also be a unique-looking space rock or something. The only way to find it out is to collect data and then study the object, which NASA might already be doing. The reality of UFOs are a huge question mark, and we still don't know if they exist or not. But a lot of our top-tier scientists believe that there's alien life out there, and we can't really deny it. We live in a world where billions of galaxies exist and which countless planets are forming every day. So it would be ridiculous to believe that life only exists on Earth. Although it might be a little too soon for us to simply believe that we've seen a UFO just because we saw a cigar-shaped object in space. So, there's still a lot we need to know before making any final statements about the reality of the unidentified object detected near the International Space Station. So do you believe that the object could be a UFO? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video, land on the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, and thanks for watching.